Ave Satanis, everyone. I hope everybody out there that's a brother and sister on the left-hand path is having a great day or night, you know, because it is hard being on the left-hand path, you know. Society's a bitch, you know. Society views us as evil or something, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I don't even know very many people that really do curses or anything, and that are on left-hand path. And it is hard staying on this path and being able to know in your mind that if you tell somebody you're satanic or Luciferian or demonolator or anything like that, they're gonna just be like, "Oh, you're evil and you're gonna go to hell." That's ridiculous. First of all, there's some Satanists that want to go to hell. Like, I'm not one of them, but, not saying that hell's bad. I'm just saying I'm not one of the Satanists that really, truly, I don't really know if I believe in heaven and hell. I really, truly, right now, just believe that you move on to a different life of some form, whether it be spiritual or material again, in a different plane. But anyways, what I was saying is, so whoever's holding on to the left-hand path with dear life and allowing Satan or Lucifer or one of the demons to be your God, Ave to all you, so mote it be. Because that's powerful, man, Because we're the underdogs, technically, Like, I was always that weird kid in class that was just always in my head imagining, in my imagination all the time, so I was always kind of like the weird kid anyways, but I never really thought that I would get into practicing with demons, which I consider to be ancient gods, and I'm allowed to consider them to be ancient gods. That's what I want to talk about, is our own independent solitary practice. Like, basically, you're allowed to be you, and you're allowed to believe whatever you believe. Because to me, if we don't have belief, then why would you be on the left-hand path if you didn't believe anything that you were doing could make change? So basically, to me, belief is one of the main powers, I have been taught about will, desire, and belief. You have a strong will. You will to want to do something. You want to do whatever you desire, and then you have to believe whatever you're willing to do is actually going to cause a change. If you don't have belief, where are you going to get your power from? Because I am a believer in spells. I'm a believer in real magic because I've seen results. If I never got results from practicing spells, I probably wouldn't believe in it. But the first time I tried a spell, when I was on right-hand path witchcraft, other known as Wicca, yes, I used to be Wiccan, I'm not anymore. I could never really attach to Wicca because I could never really it never really felt like me. It was just, I wanted to get into witchcraft, and that's what was on the internet. I didn't really find left-hand path till like a year ago. So I haven't been on the left-hand path very long, but I'm learning all the time. And I realize this is where I belong because I feel like you can pull power. I know you can pull power from the infinite dark universe. And if you believe you can see in your head what you're trying to do. And it might not happen right away, and it might not be exactly what you imagine, but you will have some type of change. You will step in to whatever you were imagining when you were doing that spell eventually. Like I can say my spell now. Like, I did a spell. I invoked, I think, Satan and Lilith. And when I was into my ritual spell, like, it was about getting a car because I needed a car real bad. I've been without a car for a while. So anyway, about a month later, after the spell, I got a car. Literally, the car was like, I walked down the street, boom, there's a car for sale for the right amount of money I could buy right away. So it was like, I walked right into it. The problem is, the car broke down 3 weeks later, and it's been a pain in the butt ever since. But the moral of the story is, that spell still worked. Because that car popped out of nowhere, man. I was just walking down the street, backpacking at the store, and boom, there's a car, black and gray, my favorite colors. You know, it's an old beater, but I mean, it could get me around for a while. But I mean, yeah, it didn't turn out that great because it broke down. But I can get it fixed, right? Ave Satanas. Via Satan and Lucifer. But I like to believe that Satan and Lucifer are the same entity. That's just my belief. I'm not trying to, if everyone believes that, if anyone else believes that Satan and Lucifer are different entities, that's fine. I don't disagree with what anyone else believes, man. I don't care if you're Luciferian. I don't even care if you're watching my channel and you're atheist Satanist, or atheist Luciferian. It doesn't bother me. Like, I'm trying my hardest not to judge people anymore. You know, as a left-hand path, I call myself a satanic witch. Like, that's what I like to call myself, because I've always viewed myself as satanic. Like, I did study some Luciferian from Michael W. Ford, and I just couldn't really grab the concept. And I think I talked about this in another video. I couldn't really grab the concept of deific masks and all that stuff, because I actually believe that the spirits are real. Maybe not every single spirit name out there is real, but a few that I have worked with, I have gained results from, and I have seen, I haven't seen every spirit that I invoked, but I did get to see one spirit. And it was a dark apparition when I woke up in the morning. And it was standing right in front of my bed wearing a black cloak. And I think I talked about this in another video. It was wearing a black cloak. And I don't know if it was male or female or both. I have no idea. But it was definitely real. I was stone cold sober, so I know it was real. But I mean, it did, like, after a few seconds, it started to kind of like disappear. But I mean, it stood there for at least, I literally laid there and stared at it for at least a good solid, like, I don't know how many seconds, but I mean, it was just there, man. It was ridiculous, man. I mean, you know, these are my experiences. I can't prove them, but, and plus I've had spirits coming to me all my life before I decided to start practicing witchcraft. So anyway, I don't want to ramble too much about my experiences. What I really want to talk about is how I think you really need to focus on belief, man. Like, the more you believe, the more it becomes real. Anything you're thinking about. I don't care if it's pure imagination and pure fantasy. The more you believe that whatever you're thinking is real, it becomes real. Even if it's just in your own world. It doesn't matter. I was taught when I first started witchcraft about belief and how strong you just have to make yourself believe and quit. Like, I do the same thing. I question stuff all the time. Like, oh no, that's a coincidence. No, it isn't, man. You have to believe, man. So that's all I'm stressing in this video, and I just wanted to ramble about some satanic stuff and make a little video and stress belief. Like, don't doubt yourself, man. Just believe in whatever you're doing is real and is really happening, and you will gain results. All right, well, everybody have a great day or night. I'm going to pop off of here. Ave Satanas, everyone. So mote it be.